Hello everyone, welcome to PiSquare Academy. Myself Sekhar. Today I'll discuss some interesting aspects of analog measuring instruments. In the past videos, I had discussed why mirror is used in analog measuring instruments which you use in laboratories, why 50 Hz in India, why three-phase system, why AC cannot be stored, and etc. You can check the description for those video links. You're gonna love all of those videos. In this video, I'll discuss why you need to place the meters flat on the table and some more interesting aspects which most of you are not aware, almost 98% of you are not aware. I think you or your friends might have got scolded for placing meters vertically in the laboratory while you're doing experiment. If yes, tell me in the comment section. Have you ever asked the instructor why? Why to place them horizontally, why not vertically? Just give it a try. More than 50% of the lab instructors also not aware why you need to keep them flat, not vertically. They will just scold you, that's it. I'm pretty sure most of them doesn't know it. But don't worry, I will tell you the reason. And you guys don't forget, after asking your instructor, tell me how many of you are aware. Give it in the comment. I'll see how many of the instructors are aware. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such interesting videos and hit the bell icon to get notification. If you like our videos and want full videos, then check the first link in the description for the full-length video courses at the best price. Come back to the question, why to place the instrument flat on the table and when to place them vertically. Okay, let's get to that. Look at this meter. This meter is an ammeter, AC ammeter, which you can clearly see because this symbol is there, AC ammeter. So now this meter, how will you know whether to keep this meter flat on the table or vertical on the table? Look at this. There is a symbol here. Have you ever noticed these symbols in the laboratory? No, we never do that. In the laboratory, we love to play with our friends. Okay, we love to sleep there. We love to do all the nonsense stuff except observing the points. You should observe the meter. How many times you use a meter? Have you observed these symbols? Why these symbols are there? What is the significance of each and every symbol? We never do that. We never ever do that. Then how do you learn? Anyways, so these symbols are very important to understand. Look at this symbol. For this instrument, it will be more clear. Look at this. There is a symbol here. This symbol, like this. This is what? Perpendicular symbol. Means you need to keep the meter perpendicularly, vertically, and take the reading. Then only give the accurate value. Because manufacturer is saying that if you keep them vertically, then only it will give the accurate value. So you need to keep them vertically. Some meters, in place of this, they will have a symbol like this. In place of this, symbol will be like this. Means you need to keep them flat. You need to keep them flat to take the reading. Then only it will give the accurate value. Otherwise, gravitational force, all these simple things will affect the accuracy of the meter. So designer is saying the symbol is like this, you need to keep them flat. So most of your lab instruments are of this symbol will be there. Then only, that's why you are keeping them flat for taking the readings. That's why instructor will say, keep all the instruments flat on the table like this. But they also don't know, most of them, I mean, 50% I can say, 50% of them are not aware why they are keeping flat. They will just say, keep it flat, keep it flat. And some instruments do have symbol like this. They will give some 60 degrees or 45 degrees. If 45 degrees is given, keep them at 45 degrees. If 60 degrees is given, keep them at 60 degrees. Instructors, the known instructors also, the instructors who are aware of these facts also, they will not say because you will not be interested. If you students are interested and ask them, sir, what is the symbol? Then they will definitely say, what are all these symbols? But you don't have interest, that's what they will never say. Anyways, let's come to the other symbols as well. Let's come to the other symbols which you find in laboratories, laboratory instruments. You can have a look. Look at this. This symbol and this symbol. This symbol represents the instrument is PMMC instrument. This symbol represents the instrument is PMMC instrument. Moving coil, permanent magnet moving coil instrument, that is a DC instrument. This symbol represents PMMC. Let me just draw it. That's better. Permanent magnet, and this is like this. Okay, this is a symbol for PMMC instrument. That's what you'll find for all DC instrument. For MI instrument, it will be like this. the symbol will be like this. That's what you can see here. This is MI instrument, this is PMMC instrument. Look at this. This is also PMMC instrument, DC instrument. Okay, means working principle. This works on PMMC principle. Okay, permanent magnet moving coil. Now look at this. There is a symbol here. It works for AC and frequency range is also given 50 to 60 Hertz. Means this meter will work accurately for AC with frequency 50 to 60 Hertz. This straight line is there, means it works for DC. Some meters do have something like this, means they work for both AC as well as DC. Okay, there are symbols for AC and DC operation. Now this symbol is over, this symbol is over, this symbol is also over. In between we have something 2.5, here 1.5, here 1.5. Okay, so what is this 1.5? Sometimes 1.0, sometimes 2.5, 2.0 or 2.5 or 0.5, something like this. What all these numbers gives? This gives the class of accuracy. Class of accuracy. What is the class of accuracy? In the laboratories, while you're doing experiments, when you have to match the theoretical value, when you calculate from a formula, and the instrument, when you have a match, you will never get exact value. You will never get exact match. Calculator will give something, but your meter will give a slight different value, not exact value. Why is it happening? Because they do have errors. These instruments do have some errors. Okay, so how much is the error is given by this number? This means 2.5%, 1.0%, 2.0.5% of error. Okay, so this is class of accuracy. Let me just give few more symbols related to this class of accuracy. I think before getting into that, let me give few more symbols for principle of operation. This is for PMMC principle. PMMC operation is there. This is MI instrument, and this symbol will be there for EMMC instrument. Electromagnetic moving coil, means for wattmeter works on EMMC principle. For wattmeter you will have this symbol, and for induction type you will have this symbol. There are different symbols, guys. They are just common symbols which I am giving, which you use in laboratory instrument. There are different symbols. So the point you should take it from this video is, whenever you see something around you, you should observe them. You should ask the instructor, sir, why is that there? Okay, that's what the main moral of this. Okay, main takeaway. After these symbols, the other takeaway is you need to ask the instructor, sir, what is this? Why is this? Anyways, now class of accuracy, different class of accuracy I am giving. Suppose if they give symbol like this, 1.5 with a circle, 1.5 with a circle. If they give it like this, then the instrument, corresponding instrument, is having an error of 1.5%, 1.5% of error with respect to, let me simply say, with respect to the indicated value. Okay, if they give 1.5 and this symbol, okay, means this is having an error of 1.5% with respect to the maximum value or maximum reading of the instrument, or full scale reading I'll call. Full scale reading of the instrument. Full scale reading of the instrument means, if I take the meters, what is the full scale value for this? For this it is 20. For this it is 30. For this also it is 30. For this, you tell me for this is the 0 centimeter. For this, what is the full scale? 50 microampere. So this is 50 microampere. Here 500. They are the full scale readings. So if 1.5, if it is given symbol like this, then error is with respect to the full scale reading. Sometimes they will give something like this, 1.5 and this. Means 1.5% of the error with respect to span. With respect to the span. Span means maximum value, maximum reading minus minimum reading. Maximum reading minus minimum reading. I'll tell you what is the difference between full scale reading and span. For this, span is how much? 20 is maximum, minus of 0 is minimum. So here span is 20 ampere. Here span is 30 ampere. Full scale maximum minus minimum. Here also 30. Here look at this. This is 50 micro is maximum minus minimum is minus 50. Because less than 0 is negative, minus 50 micro. Okay. So here span is how much? This is span. Here span value is 100 micro is span. Okay. So if the symbol is given like this, means what? If the symbol is given like this, it is with respect to span. If it is given like this, it is full scale reading. So for this instrument you tell me what is the full scale reading? 50 micro. What is the span? 100 micro. Okay. Now if just like this it is given 1.5, no two lines here, no circle, no this kind of symbol, just 1.5 is given like this. See here all the instruments 1.5, here 1.5, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5. There is no other symbol except the number. In that case, what is the reference value? This means with respect to fiducial value. Okay, write again, fiducial value. This is a full scale value, this is an indicated value. What is the difference between indicated value and full scale value? Indicated value means, suppose meter pointer is here, then with respect to 10 amperes, the error is 1.5. If the meter pointer is here, with respect to 5 ampere, error is 1.5%. Okay. So indicated value means at that pointer value, exact reading, for that reading, you should take the reference. That's what indicated value means. Okay. Suppose for 0 to 30 ampere instrument, the indication is 10 amperes, means pointer is at 10 amperes. So you will find this 1.5% with respect to 10 amperes. Okay. Now what is this fiducial value? This fiducial value, according to the standards, according to the international standards, the fiducial value is taken as magnitude of or maximum value of this fiducial value according to the international standards. It is taken as maximum value of full scale reading and minimum reading. Okay, of course magnitudes only will take. I'll explain more clearly with this. Suppose for this, what is the maximum value? 20, minimum value is 0. Which one is greater? 20 is greater. So the reference value is 20. With respect to 20, error is calculated. And here 30 and 0, 30 will take. Here 30 and 0, 30 will take. Look at this, 50 micro and 50 micro, minus 50 of course, will take only magnitude, 50 micro and 50 micro. I will not take entire span, I will not take the maximum, I will not take the full scale, I will take these also 50, these also 50. Which one is higher? Both are same, so I can take any 50. So with respect to 50 micro. Suppose what if sometimes they do have here 25, here 50. 25 micro, here 50 micro. In that case, this 1.5 represents 1.5% will be the error with respect to 50 micro, because maximum of these two is 50, so 50 micro. I'm not considering the magnitude, polarity for this 25. Okay, I'm taking only the magnitude. Suppose if this would have been 150 and 50 micro, then what will happen? 1.5 is the error percentage with respect to 150 micro, because 1.5 is just given like this, no arrow, no circle, no lines, nothing is given. These were the accuracy class. Okay. This is not difficult, guys. This is simple. Try to watch once more, you will get a better idea about what I'm trying to say. Now the final symbol. This is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. Now what about this? We have a star. There is a star. Let me just try drawing a star. Oops. I'm not getting the star. 1, 2, 3 sides are there. Fourth one. Yes, the fifth one. Done. This is a star. Suppose just like this, star is given just like this, which means no number is given, just star is given, which means the instrument is tested at 500 volt. Whatever the instrument, if star is just given like this, which means what? Instrument is tested at 500 volt. It can work up to 500 volts. It is tested for that. Okay. Now, if some number 2 is given here, number 2 is given, then instrument is tested for 2 kilovolt. If number 3 is given here, 3 kilovolt. Okay. So this represents the kilovolts. How many kilovolts at which it is tested? Sometimes they will give 0 volts, 0 here. Star within that 0 means instrument is not tested for any test voltage. There is no test voltage for this, means it is not tested at any voltage. Are you clear with it? No number, 500 volts, it is tested 500 volts. Number 2 tested for 2 kilovolts, number 0 not tested. Look at these meters now. Here 2 is there, I don't know whether you can see or not. Here also 2 is there, here also 2 is there, here also 2 is there. Okay, so 2 all are 2 means they're all tested at 2 kilovolts. Now you go to your laboratory and check the instrument, you will have all these symbols. Okay, now these numbers are ISO numbers and all. I'm not going to explain all this stuff. Okay, ISO standards and all. That's it. For the sake of completeness, let me also give the scale. Let me just mention a point about the scale. Here, if you see, scale is non-linear. Means 5 to 10. This is 5, this is 10. There is a huge gap between 5 to 10. Here, 0 to 5, 5 digits. 0 to 5, 5 units. Here, 5 to 10, 5 units. Here, gap is more. Here, gap is less. This is called as non-uniform scale. This is non-uniform scale. Look at this. This is a uniform scale. 0 to 10 the distance, 10 to 20 the distance, 20 to 30 same distance. Here also uniform scale, here also uniform scale, here also uniform scale. So what is the observation you made here is, you are smart enough to observe this point, I think. AC instrument or MI instrument, that makes more sense. MI instrument is having non-linear scale. This is PMMC instrument is having a linear scale. These are the another bonus point which most of you are aware. Okay, that's it for this lecture. See you in the next lecture with some more interesting aspects. If you are new to the channel, as I said, subscribe to the channel, you'll get more such kind of interesting videos. And I had done different videos on Y series. Okay, Y series questions, I done different questions. You will all love them. You can check that. And if you want full-length video courses, you can go to the first link in the description. There you can get at best price. You will get full-length courses or video courses. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.